Yes, folks, we are actually stacking that table with another set of cutlery. Now, the Lansdowne Club, when it was established at that first dinner 25 years ago, before the port came out, they agreed on a couple of things. That the Lansdowne Club should be non-sectarian and non-partisan, should only get together a couple of times a year and shouldn't have any other rules. And someone decided that sounded pretty much like the Irish rugby team at the time, which is why it's called the Lansdowne Club. Well, in the spirit then of that non-partisanship, it is a great pleasure to welcome to the club for the first time the Leader of the Federal Opposition, Tony Abbott.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Fittingly, at this rugby-oriented dinner, my only connection with Ireland is through sport. I was with the Sydney University rugby team, and the line-out throw depended on the recognition of the letter T at the start of the word called. Tchaikovsky, I called. There was complete chaos in the line-out. Complete chaos. And I think it was the Guinness that made me do it. But ladies and gentlemen, it is a real honour to attend this splendid feast honouring St Patrick and the contribution of Irish people and the Catholic faith to Australia. I acknowledge my brother Leader of the Opposition, Barry O'Farrell. I acknowledge the Premier and the Prime Minister. And it's good to see the Prime Minister wearing green without any prompting from Bob Brown. Last night in Adelaide, the Prime Minister said of herself, "I will put our nation first every time, no matter what the personal price. Faced with hurdles, I will always find a way through." And naturally, I was reminded of our Catholic faith by this statement. She's obviously drawn inspiration from St Julia, her ecclesiastical namesake. The historians tell us that St Julia was a woman of faith who suffered defilement of the hair, flogging and crucifixion, but she never became a denier. She never became a denier of her Catholic faith, that is. And St Christina, the Premier's ecclesiastical namesake, also did it tough. She was tortured, so the historians tell us, by iron hooks, grilling by fire, assaults by snakes, and drowning tied to a millstone, which sounds easy enough compared with facing the wrath of voters here in New South Wales. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid my own ecclesiastical namesake, St Anthony Abbot, was a rich merchant who gave away all his worldly possessions to live on a desert mountaintop, clad in skins and living on locusts and wild honey. According to St Athanasius, the devil fought with St Anthony by afflicting him with boredom, laziness, and fantasies of women. And I thought to myself, this is what happens when you try to live with the lowest possible carbon footprint. But turning now to the Leader of the Opposition, the other Leader of the Opposition, so far, I regret to say, there has never been an acknowledged Saint Barry. Nowhere in the canon is there an acknowledged Saint Barry, but I can say this, Barry, canonisation awaits you, depending on the results of the 26th of March. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a marvellous day. It's a marvellous opportunity, as I said, to celebrate the contribution of Ireland and its faith to our education, to our health, to our politics, and to our culture. I think we should all enjoy St. Patrick's Day, celebrate all things Irish, but there is one thing we must remember on a day such as this: work is the curse of the drinking classes. Thank you so much.
Tony, thank you very much. We've got a gift for Tony Abbott and Prime Minister. We've wrapped it up so that the knife is still in the box. We'll get it. Here we go.